So what are your feelings on the House's amendment to Senator Daggy's cell phone bill, and how will the Senate?
I think I'll let her speak to that. I believe she's prepared to accept it, but I think you should check with her.
Yeah, I'm on the I-405 toll lanes. I didn't see it move, but is it NTIB? Is it dead?
I will have to check on that. I'm not sure. I think we believe we still had a way to work on that issue, so I'll have to talk with.
So you consider it still alive at this point?
Have to talk with Senator Haugen about that.
When Ways and Means gets to the sales tax provisions of the tax package, is there going to be an effort to put the option of an income tax vote to repeal that in that bill? Or?
No, we were pretty clear. We want to handle our budget and here in Olympia, so that we have some certainty around our funding of schools and the things that we were able to avoid cutting as in the all cuts budget. So we'll be taking care of that separately, and then there would be the additional option if we wanted to put something before the voters in November. And I guess I'd point out there's also groups out there that have been considering initiatives before the voters in November as well, and so obviously that could occur.
Do you think between now and March 11th there would be time to get a separate proposal that is about swapping the sales tax for the income tax through a referendum? Do you think there's time to do that between now and March 11th?
There's time, but there has to be willingness on both places to do it, so that I'm not sure about.
Where do you see the Senate headed on the stormwater hazardous substance tax?
I know that it's actively being worked still, so I would consider it still a possible bill that could come up in Ways and Means as early as this weekend if there are votes to bring it forward. I don't think it would be anywhere near the original proposal of tripling the tax. It would probably be a much more modest increase. I will tell you that we had our capital budget out today. We keep the MOTCA funds in the capital budget. We don't shift them to the general fund budget.
All of the existing MOTCA that you did? That's in there now?
Yeah.
Would you also assume a slight increase?
I think Senator Frazier, you're right, I think Senator Frazier is assuming an increase. Obviously that would only be if a bill passes. And she's a supporter of the bill.
Do you think it's a better idea to use it as a new program essentially than to use it to backfill the general fund? Or does it matter to you?
I think that we've got plenty of remediation and cleanup to do. So utilizing the funds for that purpose makes sense to me. We do need to figure out how we're going to fund stormwater cleanup. It's a big burden on local governments. That's why I think many of them are enthusiastically behind the bill. City of Spokane, both mayor and city council were on board with the bill, for example. And if we don't get there this year, we do have clean water issues that we're going to need to work on, both stormwater, Puget Sound Partnership, and kind of water issues around the state.
Have you seen any slippage on that tax because of the 18th Amendment gas tax issues?
Well, I don't. There's different legal opinions about 18th Amendment. I think that will only be resolved by courts and lawyers, not by legislators. So that doesn't. I don't know that that's affecting people's view of the bill. The argument that it will be incorporated into the final price of gas probably affects some legislators' view on the issue.
Last question. So give us the analysis. I mean, what is it going to take to get out on time? What's the biggest stumbling block you see here? Is it just them? You?
We're fighting the clock right now with all the issues to be resolved, but I think you can say that there's not a big breakdown here. I don't know that there's a big breakdown over there, and resolving very serious budget shortfall in this short amount of time is challenging. It can be done. I know a lot of people are motivated to get it done, so I'm not planning any trip home, I'll tell you that, until we give it our best shot. So I called my son and asked him to water the plants. I just suddenly panicked that I hadn't been home for so long that I'm afraid that my plants are dying.
Better than the kid die.
Yeah, the kid seems fine. The kid seems fine. He has plenty of food to eat, and the dog's doing well. It got out one time. Neighbors called, but I started to get worried about the plants.
It's like 17, 18, they never have enough food to eat.
Yeah, that's true. Put more money on the debit card.
So you're going to be at the hearing the entire time, or are you just...
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the hearing and hang out with them till it's over.
Some intimidating looks.
Just kidding.
Is it for the hand signals or the yell support or what?
Well, I went over before because we didn't want to take all afternoon there. Obviously, we had some hopes we could get that one bill out during that 2-hour period. That didn't quite happen. So we were doing, should we keep going or should we stop? Or there were a couple of amendments I thought made sense to accept that I was weighing in on. So.
Was one of those that coal plant one? Because that seemed to really gum things up.
Yeah, that's going to be a controversial piece. I understand. Are you for ending the exemption or not? Oh yes, I am. I believe that it was originally put in place for the purpose of exempting in-state coal, not out-of-state coal, and also in regard to some pollution control equipment. I think it's time to reevaluate that situation. Definitely would like to be sympathetic to the economic development needs of the community and the workers that work there, but I think we need to start talking about how we're going to transition the plant, and I'd like the legislature to be involved in that conversation. I believe the executive branch is having those conversations, and I'd like to see the legislature at the table. Beyond Representative DeBolt, who I believe has been involved.
Does he carry your views?
Thank you.